Today's class is going to be an opening class. We're going to work on a series of postures that will open the body, and then we'll come into some pranayama or breath control practice. We'll do a couple of breath practices to help activate and then cool the body, and then we'll come into our guided rest. We'll be here about 45 to 50 minutes. So let's get right to it. Let's find a supported posture, whatever that means to you. Remember our first guiding principle, support precedes action. So find supports in your posture and have your supports for your practice available. So blocks, bolsters, eye shades, blankets, chair maybe. Today you may want to in particular have a strap or a small towel that you can use as a strap. A belt will work if you don't have an actual strap. Something that can help you to extend the legs. We're going to open the legs and hips a little bit early in the practice. So anyway, have your supports available and utilize them as we go through the practice. Remember that your only requirement is to be present and to breathe. Everything else is an offer, a suggestion, an invitation. And so you modify any posture at any time, come out of any posture at any time, take any alternate posture at any time. Listen to the wisdom of your body and do what your body is asking you to do. Your body knows what it needs. If you allow yourself to listen to your body, all will be well. Okay, so finding our supported posture, let's root down. Imagine that you could extend roots through those parts of your body that are in contact with something. So you're rooting down into the earth below so that you can be steady and sure. And then from that place of security, steadiness, surety, that rooting down, from there, you're lengthening, lifting through the side body, lifting through the spine, lifting through the crown. Tucking the chin a little bit to feel the back of the neck release so that you can feel the full length of the spine. And then holding the spine aligned and elongated, I invite you to bring your awareness to your breath. Begin to breathe in and out through the nostrils, and on your next inhale, float your hands to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space. In your heart space, allow to arise gratitude, any one thing for which you are grateful today. Maybe today it's just the possibility of gratitude that arises, but whatever arises for you when gratitude is called forth, see that clearly in your mind's eye. What is it that gratitude expresses through you? Hold your gratitude there, and I invite you to anchor your gratitude in your heart space and keep it there for your practice today. And then I'll invite you to set an intention for your practice, perhaps a simple intention to keep your gratitude anchored in your heart space, or to just be present with each inhale. And whatever your intention is, I invite you to state it to yourself. Hear yourself in your mind's ear as you state your intention in a clear and declarative voice as if it is already done. And then listening to the echoes of your intention as they reverberate in your being, I'll invite you to take a full inhalation. And as you exhale, if you choose to, allow your chin to drop toward your grateful and intentional heart and offer a benediction to seal your intention. As I say, Namo, Namaste. Then lift the chin, release the hands, and come around to your back. We're going to begin on your back. Now, have your straps, if you have a strap or belt or whatever you're using as a strap aid, have that near to hand, but we're just going to come down onto our back. And then bring the soles of the feet toward each other. So your knees are opening outward, but it's about bringing the soles of the feet together. And then you want to be at the place where you feel like you have the most release in your knees. Now, we're not forcing anything here. We're just allowing the legs to fall open. This is what they call supine bound angle posture. And basically, you're bringing your heels toward your hips a little bit, but mostly you're just trying to get the soles of your feet to be resting against each other. And the knees will open outward, the hips will rotate externally. Bring your hands to your abdomen and feel how the abdomen will release. So if you've got tension in your abdomen, then adjust the way where your position of your feet to feel that tension in the abdomen release. And just breathe here for a moment. We're just going to be here for a moment or so. You're allowing the body to open gently. This is a first step in allowance of the body to open. And just be breathing here, full inhalation. You'll feel, maybe you breathe into that belly and feel the abdomen rise into your palms like like an air balloon. You're inhaling and then exhaling. And just feeling into that opening, maybe a little weeble wobble of the knees, maybe a little butterfly action of the knees, gently butterflying. The knees are like wings on a butterfly, just gently opening a little bit to find that release to be open. It's early, and this is just our first posture. You just, no forcing, no stress, no strain, no overexertion. Just allow. Breathe in here. Breathe out here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On that exhale, feel that release. Imagine you're allowing everything to melt down into the mat. You feel the full backside of your body is being supported by the mat. All right, let's begin to move a little bit. On the inhale, reach your hands to the outside of your thighs and gently bring your knees toward each other. Your soles of your feet come to the mat. So the knees are toward the ceiling, the soles of the feet toward the mat. And then bring your knees in toward your chest. Pick up your feet, reach up and grab just below the knees with the hands, and gently, just as you exhale, gently just bring the knees in toward the chest. Now again, no stress, no strain, no overexertion here. These are just warming up movements. Now we're going to begin to figure out how to align movement with breath here. So take your hands down by your sides, palms down next to hips. If you need a little more support, bring the thumbs underneath the sits bones. That's at the base of the hip girdle. Right? And then inhale, we're just going to take the knees away from the face and bring the feet towards the mat. So the feet might just be hovering at the end of the inhale. And then on the exhale, we're just going to bring the knees back in toward the chest. So that at the end of the exhale, the knees may be against the chest, maybe not. And then just do that a few times with your breath. So you're finding your rhythm, inhaling out, and your breath, exhaling, knees in, inhaling, knees out, feet away, exhaling, knees in, and continue your rhythm, your breath, moving to the rhythm of your own breath, just aligning breath and movement with this simple movement. Couple more. And then inhale, take the legs out, extend the legs, release the heels, let the toes fall open. Let the palms turn up by your hips and just take a breath here. Feel that release, that relax, that integration that happens here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Then find your strap. Bring your strap into your hands and then just make a little loop in your strap. So you're just going to create a little loop. And then inhale, bring your right knee in, your right foot up. And then reach up with your strap. Maybe you need to lift your head a little bit and put the strap on the ball of the foot. That's right below the toe line, the inside and outside quarter. So the strap covers the ball of the foot. And then begin to just straighten the leg up, press the foot toward the ceiling. Now, we're not holding the strap grip is very light. Thumb and forefinger, we're just holding the strap lightly. The strap is a guide. We're not pulling and using the strap as a means to do anything. We're allowing the strap to guide us. Just holding it in place, sort of like a guardrail, okay? So pressing through the heel. Flex the toes of the right foot back toward the face. Get long through the left heel. Relax the left toes toward the ceiling. Now inhale here. And then as you exhale, we're just simply going to allow that right leg to open off the wide side of your mat.
No stress, no strain, no overexertion. It just go where your body allows it to go. And your body will let you know where that's enough for you. That's absolutely fine. And just be there. And just now, if your left hip begins to rise up off the mat and your body is rolling to the right, you've gone too far, back off. Keep the left buttock and the left hip on the mat, the left shoulder down and relaxed. Everything is just lightly here and just opening, and then just breathe. Inhaling into that big opening you might feel across the front of that hip, length along the left hamstring, the left calf, the left heel pressing. Breathing here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Notice the difference. Dynamic tension in the right side leg, the right hip externally rotating. And relaxation in the left hip, the left leg. Full inhale here. Complete exhale. On the next inhale, gently bring the right leg back up to press toward the ceiling. Fold the knee, release the strap, and release the right leg long. And notice the difference in your hips. Inhale, bring the left leg up, bend the knee a little bit, and then hook the strap over the ball of the left foot. Again, not the instep, not the heel, the ball of the foot. And then take the strap in your left hand. And again, lightly holding the strap, extend through the heel of the left leg, flex the left toes back toward the face. Get long through the right leg, press through the heel, and then relax the toes, relax that right side, and then gently allow that leg, the left leg, to open off the long side of your mat. Now notice it may be very different on this side. The internal organs are not symmetrical, and so each side is slightly different in sensation and alignment. Again, keep the right leg and the right buttock down and relax. If they start to roll up, you've gone too far. Relax back into this. Breathe. Feeling into this opening that's happening in the external rotation of the left hip, long through the left hamstring and calf and heel. Right side relaxed, supported by the mat. Breathing here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On your inhale, bring the left leg back high. Bend the knee, release the strap. You can take the strap and place it out of your working area. Let the left leg go long, toes fall open, palms fall up at your sides. Take a breath. Full inhale. And then just notice what's shifted for you in your hip girdle. Maybe you feel a little energetic involvement, maybe not. Just notice what you do feel and where you feel. Full inhale here. And as you exhale, roll to your belly, either direction. Bring your nose, chin, or forehead to the mat. Your hands down by your side, palms up. Tops of the feet pressing into the mat. Crown is long. On the inhale, we're going to take this in stages. You're going to move into locust. On the inhale, maybe your chin comes up off the mat. Maintaining that, maybe your right leg lifts. Maintaining that, maybe your left leg lifts. This is a supported locust pose. If you're comfortable here, maybe your right arm lifts. Maybe your left arm lifts. Maybe you press into the pubic bone and shine a little brighter, lifting the crown, lifting the heart. Breathing here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. As you exhale, let everything lower down. Turn your right cheek to the mat. Let your heels fall open and just take a breath. Release. Breathe. On your next inhale, bring the hands underneath the shoulders, thumbs right at the breast line. Turn the chin, nose, or forehead to the mat. Press into the tops of the feet. Feel the knees engage. Lightly press into the fingertips. Roll the shoulders down away from the ears. So bring your shoulder blades together and down toward your hips. And then maybe the chin rises. Maybe the chest lifts. Maybe the crown gets high. This is your cobra pose. Supported cobra. Breathe here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Now notice the tendency is to retreat or relax on the exhale. Let's not do that. Let's stay lifted. Full inhale. And exhale. One more breath here. Inhalation. Exhalation. Lower down. Turn your left cheek and ear to the mat. Let your heels fall up and take your hands by your side. Palms down. Let everything settle for a moment as you take a breath. Inhaling. And exhaling. Bring your heels together. Bring your nose, chin, and mat, and or forehead to the mat. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders, thumbs at the breast line. Curl the toes. Press into the heels and the ball of the foot. Feel the knees engage. On your inhale, just press yourself up to a tabletop posture. So the hips come over the knees, and then walk your hands back so that they're underneath the shoulders, or maybe just slightly in front of you. Find that length in your spine. We're going to move the spine a little bit here. Inhaling, arching the lower spine, dropping the belly, lifting the crown of the head. Exhaling, rounding the spine, releasing the head, biceps spreading the ears, the hips roll back under. And then continue. Inhale, arch the lower spine, lift the heart and the head. Exhale, round the spine. Find your rhythm, your breath, your pace, and your practice. Opening up the spine, just freeing up the back and muscles in the back of the body that we just engaged for those locusts in that cobra. Couple more here. Inhale to center. Get long through the spine. Exhale. Just press the hips back toward the heels in the direction of the heels and allow your head to drop. Maybe it drops to the mat, maybe not. Just stay. This is long child pose, extended child pose. Feel that opening in the back of the shoulders, the back of the body. Just wanted to feel that for a moment. Now, this is a wonderful posture of rest. At any time you feel like you need to take a break or you just need a little rest, this is a nice posture to come to. Bring yourself here and allow yourself to release. On the inhale, come back into your table. And we're going to add a little twist here. So find your length here. And then inhale. Take your left arm off the long side of your mat. And then rotate your torso to the left. So maybe your left arm rises a little bit. Maybe not. And then on the exhale, you're just going to thread the needle. Take the left arm underneath and behind the right elbow and rotate your torso to the right. So you're extending the left arm underneath the body. Staying lifted out of the right arm. We're going to do that a few times. Inhale, open and rise to the left. Exhale, thread the needle and rotate right. Your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. One more here. On this time, as you inhale, as you exhale and thread the needle, go ahead and drop the left temple, the left ear, the left shoulder to the mat. Maybe walk your right hand out toward the top of your mat, feeling the length on the underside of the right arm. Just breathing here. Maybe you bring your right hand to your right hip. Or even release the right hand behind the back towards the left hip in a half bind. This is our twist, opening the upper body torso twist. Wherever your right hand is, on your next inhale, bring it back underneath your shoulder. And then as you exhale, press and lift the body and bring the left hand back to your tabletop. Take a moment here to reestablish your tabletop. Do a couple of cat. That's where we arch the spine on the inhale. Exhale, the spine rounds. Inhale, arching and lifting. Exhale, rounding and releasing. And then inhale to a flat back. Get long through the crown and the hips. And we're going to move to the right side. Pressing into the left arm. On the inhale, take the right arm off the long side of your mat and rotate the torso to the right. On the exhale, thread the needle. Bring the right hand behind the left elbow and twist the torso to the left. Reach underneath the body. And continue. Inhale, opening to the right. Exhale, threading the needle. Couple more, your rhythm. Work with your breath. One more here. Inhale, open. This time, as you exhale and thread the needle, go ahead and bring your right temple, your right ear, your right shoulder to the mat. Release the back of your right hand down. Walk the left hand perhaps to the top of your mat. Pop up on the fingertips of the left hand. Feel that length in the left arm. Maybe bring your left hand to your left hip or even around behind you to the right thigh in a half bind. Breathing here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On your next inhale, wherever your left hand is, bring it underneath the left shoulder. Press up and bring your right hand back underneath. And again, a couple of rounds of cat here. Arching and lifting. Rounding and releasing. And then inhale to neutral. Walk the hands out about one hand length to get a little spacing here. And then curl the toes of your feet. Press into the ball of the feet and the heel of the foot. So you're pressing down into the fingertips and the heel of the palm. Back through the heel of the foot and the ball of the foot. And as you do that kind of back pressing, you might feel your knees begin to get lighter. Maybe your knees even lift. Straighten the legs. Press through the heels, come into your plank. Now, if you feel that you're constricted in your plank and you need to adjust for balance, then make some micro adjustments with your hands and feet so that you feel like you're in your appropriately balanced plank. Pressing through the heels, long line of energy from the crown to the heels. Now we're going to pulse here in plank. So inhale here, get long. Exhale, lower down toward the mat, hovering just above the mat. Inhale, press back up. Now, if you need to put your knees down, put your knees down. If you need to move to child's pose, move to child's pose. One more. Inhale, get long. Exhale, lower, hovering. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lift the hips, release the head. Let the chest and stomach move back toward the thigh and release the heels toward the mat. This is your down dog. Take a moment here in down dog to establish yourself. Find this posture. Bend both knees. Let the back get really long as you lift the hips up and back, and then maybe let the heels drop toward the mat. Bend your right knee and press back into your left heel, pressing out of that right hand and into the left heel. Find that length. Breathe here. On your next inhale, Switch. Bend the left knee, press back through the right heel out of that left hand. Feel that length back there. Now begin to do that with your breath. With each breath, switch the knee. This is like walking in place or walking your dog. Finding a little freedom here. One more here. Bend both knees. Again, feel that length. Feel your back get fully lengthened and then let the heels drop. Take a full inhale. A complete exhale. Now, inhale here. Exhale, just let your knees come down. Release the tops of your feet, press the hips back toward the heels. This is your extended child's pose. Feel that release. Relax the elbows, feel the release in the shoulders. Hips are just moving toward the heels. Maybe they don't reach the heels. That's okay. You do. Everyone is different. Find your posture. All right. From here, inhale through a table. Curl the toes, lift the hips, press back into downward facing dog. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Release the tops of the feet. Inhale, lift the chest, cobra. Exhale, lower down, curl the toes, press and lift the hips back and up, coming into our downward dog. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Inhale, rise to cobra. Exhale, press up and back to downward facing dog. That's half the vinyasa movement. We're going to find the rest of it later in the practice. On the inhale here, look up between the hands. On the exhale, bring the left foot forward between the hands. Help it if you need to. Drop your right knee in the top of your right foot. Establish yourself here. Maybe lift your hands. Maybe bring your hands to your knee. Maybe straighten your arms to lift the torso. This is our supported low lunge. Stay here if you like, or on your inhale, take your arms up. Maybe interlock the thumbs, interlace the fingers, press the palms. Maybe your hands don't touch, or doesn't matter. Just look up. Breathe in. Get long through the fingers. Breathe out. Drop into the hips. Full inhale. Exhale. Bring the hands down. Frame the foot. Now, bring the left hand inside the left foot and walk the left foot out to the wide edge of your mat. And then maybe roll, externally rotate that left hip to roll to the outside edge of your left foot, exposing the sole of your left foot. Feeling that hip open here. This is our supported lizard. If you'd like a little bit more, you can just walk your hands forward a little bit. Maybe even coming down onto your elbows. Maybe not. Find your opening here. Breathe in. Breathe out. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. On your next inhale, roll back to the ball, to the flat of the sole of the left foot. Walk your foot back in line with your hip. Take your left hand outside your left foot. Curl the toes of the right foot. Lift the right knee. Step the left foot back to join the right. Come into a downward dog. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up, cobra. Exhale, release, curl the toes, press up and back, downward facing dog. Take a full inhale. A complete exhale. Inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, bring the right foot forward between the hands. Help it if you need to. Drop the left knee in the top of the left foot. Stabilize as you engage, lifting the fingers. Maybe bringing the hands to the knee. Maybe straightening the arms to lift the torso.
This is your supported lunge on the right side, breathing here, full inhale, maybe take the arms up, maybe not. Maybe look up. Inhale, get long through the fingers. Exhale, sink the hips. A full inhale here. As you exhale, bring the hands down, frame the foot, then bring the right hand inside the right foot, walk the right foot out to the wide edge of your mat. Maybe continue to externally rotate the right hip, lifting the right, finding the outside of the right edge of the right foot and lifting and exposing the sole of the right foot. Breathing here, long through the crown. Maybe you walk your hands out. Maybe you find your elbows, maybe not. It's just where we are. Lizard, supported lizard. Breathing here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Take a full inhalation. A complete exhale. On your next inhale, find the sole of the right foot. Walk the right foot back in line. Bring the right hand outside the right foot. Curl the toes of the left foot. Lift the left knee. Step the right foot back to join the left into a downward facing dog. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up into cobra. Exhale, press back into downward facing dog. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, take the left foot forward between the hands. Option to drop the right knee or keeping the right knee lifted, pressing back through the right heel. Bring your right hand inside your right foot. Inhale, take the left hand to the chest, rotate the chest open, maybe take the left arm high. Simple twist. Breathing here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. As you exhale, bring the left hand down, frame the foot. Step the left foot back to join the right, downward facing dog. A full inhale. A complete exhale. Inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, bring the right foot forward between the hands. Again, option to drop the left knee or keeping the left knee lifted, press back to the left heel, lift the left thigh, stabilize here, and then bring the left hand inside the right foot. Inhale, rotate the torso, bring the right hand to the chest, or maybe take the right arm high, looking up to see the right thumb. Simple twist. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Bring the right hand down, frame the foot, walk the left hand back out. Step the right foot back to join the left. Downward facing dog. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up, cobra, or maybe even up dog at this point. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips, press back, downward facing dog. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale here, look up between the hands. Exhale, step the left foot forward, step the right foot to join it. Come into forward fold, release the head, release the hands. Maybe grab opposite elbows. Take a breath here. Feeling into being upright in an inversion. Maybe bracing the elbows behind the legs to provide a little additional support. Switching the hands on the elbows, noticing the difference in balance each side, releasing the head and neck, maybe shaking your head, no tension in the head and neck. Inhale here, exhale, release the hands.
Bring the hands to the shins for support. Inhale, straighten the arms to lift the torso, flat back. Breathe in behind the heart. Exhale, release the forehead toward the shins, release the hands toward the mat. Forward fold. One more time. Hands to the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release head and hands, forward fold. Bend the knees. Now, bring the hands to the top of the knees, and then use them for bracing as you sink the hips back as if you're going to sit in a chair. So initially, just bring your torso parallel to the mat. Your hips are backing down as if you're sitting down in a chair. Your head is long. And then use the bracing of your arms on your legs to lift the torso. This is our supported chair posture. Maybe you get a little straighter in the spine, maybe not. The hips sink a little deeper, maybe not. Breathe here. Look down and see your toes in front of your knees. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale in. Exhale, hinge and fold, forward fold. Take a breath. Full inhale. Complete exhale. All right. Inhale here. Exhale, brace on the thighs if you need to. Exhale, sink the hips back, come into your chair. Inhale, straighten the legs, lift the torso, come upright. Tadasana, mountain pose. Weight is balanced in the feet. Soft ankles, soft knees. Firm hips and waist. Chin is parallel to the floor. Back of the neck is released. Crown is extended long. Palms are by your sides. And turn the palms slightly forward. Imagine you can move your hips just an inch towards the top of your mat. Imagine you can move the back of your hands at least an inch toward the bottom of your mat. And then release the shoulders. Feel what it is like to be upright, standing on your own 2 feet, having your own back. All right, let's move from here. On the inhale, the arms will go high. On the exhale, bring your hands to prayer or even to your thighs as you sink into your chair. Come into your supported chair. Now, if you're okay with your hands at prayer, that's fine. If you want the support of your hands on your thighs, that's fine too. This is our chair. Inhale here, get long. Exhale, hinge and fold, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Support your hands on your shins if you like. Exhale, forward fold. Place the hands beside the feet. Step the right foot back into a lunge. Step the left foot back to joining. Inhale into your strong, steady plank. Exhale, lower to the mat. Inhale, rise up, cobra or up dog. Exhale, just lower back down to the mat. Inhale, press back up into plank. Exhale, press back into downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, bring the left foot between the hands. The right heel drops down and in. Establish yourself here, maybe bringing your hands to your knee for support. Straighten the arms to lift the torso. This is your supported warrior. Weight is balanced in the feet. Inhale, maybe take the arms up. Take a breath here, get long through the fingertips. Exhale, sink in. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the hands down, frame the foot, step back. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press up to plank. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, right foot forward between the hands, left heel down and in. Stabilize, come up through the knee if you need to. Opposite hand underneath. Straighten the torso. Establish yourself, supported warrior. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, sink in. Inhale, get long through the fingertips. Exhale, sink the hips. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the hands down. Frame the foot, step back. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, press back, down the dog. We're going to take 5 breaths here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, left foot forward, right foot joins it, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, brace if you need to. Sink the hips back, come into your chair. Exhale, rise to Tadasana, release the hands. Take a breath here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. Full inhalation. A complete exhale. Now, come over to your seat. We're going to do 2 breath control exercises or pranayamas. And then we'll move into our guided rest. So, the first pranayama we're going to do here is Bhastrika, bellows breath. Now, if you are pregnant or on your menstrual cycle, you will do long, deep yogic breath. No diaphragmatic pumping. Otherwise, for Bhastrika, we use the diaphragm. On the exhale, we pull the diaphragm back and down. And then we release the diaphragm on the inhale. So, we're going to do a simple exercise of Bhastrika in which we take 10 breaths, utilizing that diaphragmatic pumping. And then we'll take a cleansing breath, and then we'll repeat that. We'll do that 3 times. So 3 sets of 10 breaths. So your body is very still. Your awareness is on the breath in the nostrils. We're breathing in and out through the nostrils. And the focus is at the brow point if the eyes are closed or at the tip of the nose if the eyes are narrowed. So find yourself in your supported posture. Take a full inhale. And then begin your 10 breaths. Find your rhythm, your pace. After your 10th breath, take a full inhale, a complete exhale, and then a long, slow inhale to begin your second set. Now, as you do this and become familiar with it, your pace may increase. Not necessary, but it just may by nature as we get more familiar.
After your 10th breath, take a full inhale. A complete exhale. Let it go in any way you need to. Cleansing and clearing and releasing. And then a long, slow inhale to begin our third set. After your 10th breath, take a full inhale. A complete exhale. Let that go in any way you need to, and then just allow yourself to be for a moment. Be very still. Turn your attention inward. Notice your experience. Feel what shifted for you with your practice today. Now, the next breath we're going to do is called Shitkari, or hissing breath, and it'll be obvious in a moment why. Now, this is a cooling breath. So you may notice your body getting demonstrably cooler, and because we're going from here into guided rest, which is another cooling posture, if you wish to support yourself with a extra sweatshirt or a shawl or something as we begin this, and then move that into your guided rest, I encourage you to do so. Shitkari is a very simple breath. You just make the biggest cheese-eating grin you can possibly make. And you're going to breathe in through the mouth over the exposed teeth, and you'll hear this hissing sound. Sounds like C or seat. Maybe you hear a little T in there. And then after you finish your inhale, you'll close your mouth and gently exhale out the nostrils, emptying completely. And then you'll just continue that pattern. Big cheese-eating grin. Inhaling through the mouth. Closing the mouth and exhaling. We're going to do 20 repetitions of this breath. So find your supported seat. Make your cheese-eating grin. Inhale. When full, close the lips gently and exhale gently out the nostrils. Let everything just exhale down in front of the body, releasing completely. Keep your count when you're empty. Continue. Inhale through the mouth, over the teeth. Exhaling out the nose. 20 reps at your pace. Concentrate on the sound of the breath as you inhale and the gentleness of the exhale as you empty completely on the exhale. Tend to be a little tension on the inhale, so see if you can release that need to exert and just breathe in and breathe out without any extra effort, without any extra strain, without any extra exertion, just breathing in over the teeth and tongue, out the nostrils and down the front of the body. If you find your pace is faster than mine, you finished before us, just sit still and notice your experience, or you can actually begin to move into your guided rest posture if you finish before me, which means coming down onto your back on your mat. We'll get there in a moment. No stress. No strain. No exertion. No efforting. Just breathe. Feel the gentleness of the exhale as you completely release. Two more if you're with me. As you complete your 20th exhale, release the pattern, release the shaping of the breath, release any analysis, and just be still for a moment. Let everything settle. Take a moment, just notice your experience, what shifted. Feel into how these tools change our emotional regulation, our spiritual regulation, our psychological regulation, our physical regulation. These are tools for regulation and resilience. And we practice on the mat so that we can take our tools off the mat. So we go out into our day. All right, take a moment to move into your guided rest posture. I encourage you to come down onto your back on your mat. Let your toes fall open. Take your heels as wide as is comfortable for you on your mat. Bring your palms down by your hips, palms up. Lengthen through your crown. Release that soft spot on the back of your skull. And then imagine you can pull down on your side ribs or maybe just tilt your pelvic bowl a little bit so that you feel your lower spine come into contact with the mat and then release into the mat to be supported. And then let go. You're done. Be done. Release completely here. Bring awareness to the full back side of your body being supported. Feel the support of your mat and how gravity is holding you. And just feel into the freedom, maybe even joy, hopefully gratitude, but feel into whatever it feels like to just let go and rest, to release, to just be, to let go of everything that is subconsciously and consciously having a hold on you, to release your attachment to anything and everything and just be free here in this moment. Take a moment to feel into the recognition that at any moment, in any particular breath, we have the option to release and be free. Freedom exists in the release of the holding of ourselves. It is ours to command. The breath, these movements, this opportunity to meditate, all are designed to support us as we journey through this thing called life. And to feel into the truth that our agency, our ability to choose, and our responsibility to choose, are gifts freely given and inherently part of us. Our birthright is freedom. And our responsibility is to claim it. If perchance you notice that your attention has wandered away, I invite you to bring gratitude to the noticing, and then gently and compassionately return your focus to your breath. On your next inhale, begin to reacclimate with your body by wiggling your toes and your fingers, maybe even rotating your wrists and your ankles. Continue to reawaken to your body by bringing your knees toward the ceiling and your heels toward your hips, and extending your right arm alongside your head, bicep by your ear. Take a moment here in preparation as you prepare to roll to your right side. And then as you are prepared, and only as you are prepared, gently roll to your right side, allowing your right arm to cradle your head and neck. Take a moment here on your right side to prepare to be upright again. And as you are prepared, and only as you are prepared, I invite you to bring your left arm in front of your torso and use your left arm to help leverage yourself back to a seated posture. And as you reestablish yourself in your seated posture, I invite you to lengthen and reconnect with your heart space. Look into your heart space for the gratitude that you perhaps anchored there at the beginning of your practice. And then floating your hands to your heart once again, I invite you to perhaps allow to arise one more thing for which you are grateful, maybe for your practice, maybe just the possibility that there could be one more thing to be grateful for. And then take a moment to just observe yourself. Be aware of yourself sitting in gratitude in your space. And as you sit in gratitude in your space, I'll take this opportunity to extend my sense of gratitude to you from this space. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your practice. I am honored to be here, truly. And as always, I invite and encourage you to stay here in grateful rest for as long as you like. And when you do rise, please take your gratitude and the echoes of your practice with you as you go through the rest of your day, lifting yourself and all that you come into contact with. Have an amazing day.